We are in St. Louis, Missouri for the second National of the Year for the American Cornhole League. This is Cornhole Mania, part of the Johnsonville Cornhole Championships. Inside the America's Center Convention Complex, it is so great to have you with us. Hey everybody, Evan Leffler with Trey Ryder, the hardest working man in the cornhole community, there's no question about that. 5 a.m. this morning he was here. I know you're still ready to go, I don't even need to ask. So many people here, the scope of this event, unlike anything we've seen before in the sport.
The biggest ACL National in history, over 700 players here to compete. It is unheard of to have this many in an ACL National, and now giving away over $60,000. Are you kidding? So much on the line, the biggest ever. We got pro doubles, 10,000, women's doubles, 10,000, and it's just been a great event so far, and I can't wait to see how it ends.
Obviously, the stakes are high. The first ACL National was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida back in January, and I don't know about you, but just from watching all the events today, it feels like the intensity has really been lifted a couple of notches.
Yeah, that first National was so big, it really brought an intensity, and everybody said, oh man, I gotta get ready for these. I mean, I gotta hammer down, I gotta focus, and when they came here for this second National, they're bringing it. There's been intensity all day long, there's been energy, people yelling, screaming, getting fired up, so it really is setting up to be our best National yet.
Let's set up our Friday night schedule for you. We'll have the championship matches in 4 different divisions. We'll see the women's doubles semifinals. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
Man, you know, I just love that Crew Cup. It really gives cornhole a team atmosphere. So many of us grew up playing team sports, and Crew Cup is really the opportunity for that to shine. And then tomorrow, women's and pro doubles, that's what we came for.
Crew Cup will cap the night. We'll start with social doubles, and we'll start with a third member of our broadcast team. For a little more about Cornhole Mania, here's Stormy Bonantoni.
Well, and as you guys touched on, this is the largest ACL National to date, breaking that 700 mark for the first time in the league's history. And these players have been out here, well, you've been out here since 5. These players have been out here playing and competing all day long since 9 o'clock this morning, with those boards filling the entire hall here at the America Center. And these players come from all walks of life, representing 41 different states here in the U.S. And talking to ACL Commissioner Stacey Moore earlier today, he said that that type of a milestone really speaks to the growth of this league, the growth of the sport, and he's excited to see, yes, of course, some of the biggest names in the sport out here this week, but also some new faces, a couple of which that we're going to see right here in this first matchup of the day.
Yeah, great stuff, Stormy. Stormy, by the way, was not here at 5 a.m. today, and for the record, neither was I. Trey is the barometer that none of us can really meet. Let's take a look at the rules. Obviously, a lot of cornhole aficionados are with us. If you're watching cornhole for the first time, though, what do you need to know?
Yeah, it's simple. A bag on the board is going to get you 1 point. A bag in the hole is going to get you 3 points. First to 21 wins, but we're going to use cancellation scoring. So if you and I are playing, Evan, if you get 9 and I get 7, you're going to get 2 towards the overall score. You do not have to hit 21 on the head. You can go over.
As you'd expect for the largest cornhole event ever, it's a pretty electric atmosphere. This is the social doubles final, featuring a pair of youthful cousins from Illinois against a couple Pennsylvania natives. We got the Passioni cousins, Anthony and Vince. This is Vince on the left, throwing against Dave Stoltzfus, 48-year-old carpenter from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Dave's partner, Josh Wagner, former college baseball player, on the other side of the board. Let's start with this, Trey. The cornhole communities of Pennsylvania and Illinois, large and different. The styles that you expect from these two teams from different regions of the country are what?
You know, they're going to have similar styles, and they're going to have actually similar in size of these communities. Illinois, being in that Midwest, not too far from here in St. Louis, they have a lot of players that grew up playing what they call bags. Obviously, we call it cornhole, but the regional term of bags really finds its home in the Midwest. And then Pennsylvania has really evolved. We have a great conference director in Pennsylvania and Ohio, so he's really facilitated that. He's getting hundreds of players coming to his events, so they come from great backgrounds.
1 point in the first round. The Passioni brothers throwing the blue bags, Stoltzfus and Wagner. This is Wagner throwing red.
I Find it interesting that Anthony Passione here on the right on your screen is throwing slick side down. Now these bags, for those of you who don't know, are two-sided. So we're gonna get a slicker material on one side that allows the bag to travel up the board faster, and a stickier material, sometimes a suede, sometimes a different type of cloth on one side to slow the bag down if you're just looking to board it.
A couple of one-point rounds for Stoltzfus and Wagner. So a 2-0 lead. Of course, we've played a 21. Only one team can score points in each round. Obviously a maximum 12 points in a round, but you hardly ever see that.
It is very rare. And one thing, you know, if you're just tuning in and you're seeing this social doubles final, you're kind of asking yourself, what does that mean? So the American Cornhole League puts out 3 different divisions of skill levels with a possibility in the future of introducing a 4th, and those social, competitive, and advanced levels are really meant to divide up the group so everybody feels like they have a place to play. And these social doubles are 3rd-tier division, so these guys really up and coming in the cornhole world.
You know, the commissioner of the ACL, Stacy Moore, told me that there were 5 divisions, backyard being the lowest, and then pro with the 3 you mentioned in between.
Absolutely, and those are really ones that are developing. We don't have those. We obviously have the pro division,
sure,
but the backyard is not one that we've introduced at a national yet. But I'll tell you what, we keep getting 700 players at these nationals. It's something that's going to be coming soon.
Trey, I'm waiting for the backyard division. That's where I'm going to make my mark.
I don't know. I've seen your throw. You got a little bit of that ultimate flick of the wrist. I don't know if you'd be playing social too long or backyard too long.
You didn't see me today, my friend. I was really rusty this morning when I rolled in here around 11:30 a.m. after a fresh night's sleep. Not to rub it in. I got a few bags up, and the good rest did not do me good on the boards.
And a nice push replacement there, bag there by Anthony Passione. Good shot there.
And there's a dynamic that all these players are experiencing, which is the first time competing under the lights. And you've had conversations with guys who just say it's a different experience. There's a different pressure. There's a different heart rate to it. And maintaining your composure in this sport is so critical.
And sometimes even the boards are different. You know, you're playing under the lights. Sometimes the lights can affect the way that the board or the bag slides along the board different than all of the other boards that we have in this facility. We have 100 boards set up for the weekend. So for the most part, they're all going to play similarly. But at this level where every detail matters, the slightest difference can make an impact.
Most of the day you're playing under the lights if you're playing indoors, but these lights are different, and that's a heck of a shot right there.
Big airmail by Vince Passione, big time shot. Nice airmail drag on this one, bringing a bag in.
So the Passione cousins are on the board. They grew up together. One's 22, one's 23. Vince a year older than Anthony, who's throwing the blue bags left-handed here, and that one spins off the board.
And you saw that one kind of go sideways when it hit the board. Anthony Passione has a very downward angle to his bag, which means if it lands a certain way, he has such a small room for error because it will catch and then roll instead of sliding. Why in the ACL so many players are trying to throw a flat bag. If you have a downward angle, you're much more susceptible to that roll.
Going for the airmail. Wagner comes up empty, and that's a wash, 3-3. So no points earned for either side in that round.
See both Passione cousins with the earbuds in. They're trying to block out the noise. They know the game that they want to play. And a lot of times, if you see both players with earbuds in, it means that you're pretty much going to trust your partner with every shot, because you're not looking to give much advice. You're looking to kind of get in your own zone and kind of block everything else out.
Plenty of bags in the hole this round between Vince Passione and Dave Stoltzfus.
That's a 10-point round. Going to get him 2 points.
7-2 for Stoltzfus and Wagner as we check in with Stormy.
Well, when I asked Anthony Passione if he had expected to make it this far today, he was like, honestly, up until a few days ago, I didn't know that I was going to be coming here at all because he just got his wisdom teeth pulled out 4 days ago. But his cousin said, look, I've been looking for a partner. I haven't been able to find somebody competitive. I need you. We've been playing our entire lives together. And so he said, you know what? Forget about it. I'm coming. I got to do it for you, brother.
That's unbelievable, because I remember trying to play basketball 4 days after I had my wisdom teeth out, and I could not make it up and down the floor because he hadn't eaten anything all weekend. How about that shot from the Passione cousins?
That's a 4-in 4-bagger right there. A 3-bag push. What a shot by Passione. And you know the difference that time, Evan, was that he flattened his bag out. If he gets the bag away from that downward angle, it's going to slide straight instead of catch and roll.
So Vince Passione has the honors after the big round to take a 4-point lead.
You'd see that on the bottom of your screen. We're going to be voting for our 4Hims 4-bagger of the day. You can go to iPlayACL.com/4Hims to vote for your favorite 4-bagger. And you got a chance to win a set of ACL boards, bags, and jerseys.
There's another 4-bagger from Vince Passione.
Another 4Hims 4-bagger. We're just breaking out the signs now. Keep them coming.
(13-7). Again, iPlayACL.com/4Hims. Anthony with the honors right down the middle. And the 4-bagger will not continue this time as Anthony's second bag falls short. Compensates, gets into the hole, but a little left. And there's some traffic for the players to deal with their final bag.
You see he's trying to step out here. He's trying to see if he can get a better angle at pushing that bag in. Oh, which he does. It hangs up on the hole, though.
It was an impressive shot, even though it didn't fully execute the way it wanted.
The step out. Anytime you see a player step out, he's just simply trying to get a better angle on the shot, on the slide shot that he's trying to make.
So 1 point for Stoltzfus and Wagner. And now honors. Closest game for Stoltzfus and Wagner today was 21-17. I asked him, this is their first big national tournament together, the second time they've ever played together. First time didn't go well, it was at conferences. They went 0-2. They said they just had a really bad day. I asked him, do you have a goal of becoming ACL pros? He said, we're about to find out.
And with Jude, 4Hims 4-baggers, a double 4-bagger there, they're on their way.
Crowd enjoying it. No points awarded though.
They love the signs. You give the crowd a prop, and they're gonna have a good time.
Well, they were free. People love free stuff.
Good blocker back there. And it's gonna be pushable, just because it is on the slick side and it's closer up to the hole. And a replacement bag, very smart, because Wagner now has no opportunity to take this red bag in. That's essentially out of play for him. His partner giving him the sign. He wants to slide in between those red bags.
Not a ton of space, and that was not a good throw. Well short. Now more traffic for Anthony Passione to tangle with.
Anthony asking his cousin Vince, should I airmail it? Vince says no, go with the slide.
Do you agree with that decision?
Because you missed it the first time, sometimes it's better to change it up and try something different, especially if Anthony Passione's first gut was to go for the airmail. Sometimes you got to trust your partner with whatever their gut is. You saw that line drive shot that he tried, that push that landed short of the board. When you forget to put that little bit of loft on there, even with a low line drive, that's going to happen more often than not.
Couple solid throws on the first bag of the round. That one barely hanging on the back edge. And then a short throw from Vince, who's very frustrated with himself.
You saw them remove the bag from the front of the board. You can do that if it's touching the ground, because sometimes you want to get that bag out of play in case it interferes with the bag landing at the front.
They be interesting to see if the bag on the back stays, because it has moved ever slightly every touch of the board.
It is on the slick side of the bag.
And it hangs on, and that one, is it in?
Yes, it is in. They had to do what's called a sweep. When the bags are all built up on the top of the hole and a bag goes in and lays on top of the other ones, you want to sweep them out of the way. When you sweep those bags out of the way, if the bag falls with it, it counts.
We get a pretty competitive showdown here in the social doubles division. 13-10. The Passione cousins from Westmont and Channahon, Illinois, respectively.
You probably, if you're at home, you can probably see a lot of similarities between your game and these guys' games, just because, you know, you're probably at home saying, you know what, hey, I've made 3 in the hole one time, I've made 4 in the hole one time, and some of these guys they've had a couple good 4-bagger rounds, but at the same time, look at a round like this. You got some bags all over the place, a little bit short, maybe off to the side, and it's really the consistency that separates the pro division from the other divisions.
It is really a marvel to watch the pros in their element, and of course we'll see them tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN3, and that is the recording that will air on ESPN2 on Tuesday evening. Also, the women's doubles final will be tomorrow. We'll see the women's doubles semis later tonight, and some familiar names from Fort Lauderdale event, some new names as well, some really exciting women's doubles action we saw earlier today.
Yeah, the women brought it.
Yes, they did.
They brought it to St. Louis. The intensity was kicked up a notch. Some of the best shots I saw all day came from women's doubles.
Big slide from the front of the board, almost all the way to the hole.
Now Vince Passione's got an angle. He's throwing from that side of the board.
Well
so
executed.
His is much easier than Stoltzfus, because his, like you see right there, it got blocked by his slide bag. He's asking his partner, how much of this bag is hanging in the hole, because I want to airmail it and possibly drag that bag. Will he do it? No. He at least thought about it. Maybe if it's enough in the hole, I could try a risky shot to airmail to get a 5-point bag instead of just a 3-point bag by sliding in.
2 points the difference. That one looks like it's going to fall off the side, and it does.
Yeah, anytime a slick side bag is half off the side of the board, it's very rarely going to stay on. Both sets of partners throwing slick side. Neither player throwing sticky side.
Oh, that's a heck of a shot right there from Anthony Passione to put his back in and to avoid the red bag that was on the cusp of the hole on the left side.
Still 18-13, just 3 points away within what I call striking distance. And anytime you're within 4 points, you can't make more than two. You can't make more than one mistake. You can't make 2 mistakes if you're within 4 points, because that can easily lead to 2 extra bags in.
You know, a lot of times you see the less experienced players, the non-pros, throw really quickly. Stoltzfus in particular is being very deliberate in taking his time on every shot.
Yes, and a great shot there, what I call a bully bag. When Stoltzfus pushed that bag, it actually said, get out of the way, blue bag, and pushed it to the right side so that Vince Passione could not go with it on his next shot.
I like bully bag. I might steal that from you.
Hey, I got to shout out Texas Outlaw Baggers for that one. They gave me that one.
A lot of traffic. And this needs to be on the board to keep the game going. And it is. It's a 2-point round, though, for Stoltzfus and Wagner. So now they're within 1 of a social doubles title.
Yeah, if you're Passione, you got to play perfect. You got to play perfect from here on out. Goal number 1, get first bag back, and then you'll have it for the rest of the game. And then just do your best to stay in front. Maybe get your opponent to go left or right.
John Arts and Chu Williams were the champions of social doubles at the first ACL National in Fort Lauderdale.
John Arts had a great Fort Lauderdale National, won both social doubles and singles. He's since moved up to competitive.
So bag off the side of the board. It's just about going to do it. This would have to be a ridiculous push shot He went for it, and he almost got it, but that will, in fact, end it. Congratulations to Josh Wagner and Dave Stoltzfus, social doubles champions at Cornhole Mania.
Incredible win, and they really utilized that slick side. They were more consistent. They stayed down the middle, while the Passione cousins had bigger shots. They had better stay down the center shots.
Stormy standing by. Take it away.
Well, the two of you have never played on this stage, never played an event of this size. How gratifying is it to come out here, not only compete, but win?
It's awesome. You know, we've been playing for 4 or 5 years. We have a great group of friends. It's awesome to be out here, just to be at this event, and then to do this with him is awesome.
And after the way that your guys' last conference event went together competing, you said you went 0-2 there. What has this day been like?
Yeah, that was a struggle. I mean, we're very competitive people, and we both come from sports backgrounds, and to go 0-2 is difficult, pride-wise and competitively. So to come back and win this and not lose a game is very nice. So.
Redemption is yours. Congratulations, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you
Very much. Appreciate it.
Sweet redemption indeed, Stormy, from 0-2 at conferences to a national championship in social doubles at Cornhole Mania. We're just getting started from St.